Sir, at the onset, I have a few details which I would like to
Mm-hmm.
confirm with you. Thereafter, you can
Mm-hmm.
ask your set of questions and I would actively answer each of them.
Okay, sure.
So, I have been told that Ishan is at Heritage Rohini and
Yes,
he is a commerce with math student.
yes.
Uh, his 10th marks were 97%, if I'm not wrong,
97.8%.
almost 90.
Yeah,
And he's primarily looking to study business or business management programs in probably
yes.
UK or Canada.
Yeah,
So these were the little details that I had about Ishan. Now, rest of the
yes,
questions.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible? I'm sorry, I
Yes,
can't
sir.
hear you. I'm not
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm waiting for your questions, sir.
You're waiting for our questions?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Let's just give a minute. My wife is also joining in. So,
No problem, sir.
basically, what, I mean, what kind of, things are you offering or providing, with this regard?
Mhm. So, I take up, cases where I either I am building up the entire profile and doing the application. So when you look at universities in UK and Canada with percentages like Ichan has, you
Mm-hmm.
might as well look at the top brass of the university. For example, you might look at
Okay.
the bridge applications, which means Oxford and Cambridge, or you might look at LSE, King's College London, those sort of universities. So primarily when you prepare a child regarding Oxbridge applications, there are n number of factors to keep in mind. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
academics is one of the main factors, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond
Mm-hmm.
that, also there are several things that you have to look at. For example, uh, what has been your contribution towards the society even when you are at school? Or what is your motivation towards the subject that you are
Mm-hmm.
applying to? What level of motivation do you have? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
how deep are you into research? So these are some pertinent questions that we have to prove through our activities. Okay. And beyond all of
Okay.
this, your achievements, your leadership skills, all of that will be. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you? So
I'm
we're
good.
looking at. Thank you, ma'am. So we are looking at Oxbridge application. So if you look at the scholarship of Oxford, which is known as the Rhodes
Mm-hmm.
Scholarship. So that is probably one of the oldest scholarship in the world. It was started in 1890 and it provides £15,900 per year for the first 2 years of your education. And somebody who gets a Rhodes Scholarship is a coveted student at Oxford and many other gateways. For example, assistantship in the university, scholarship for your meals or your library cost. All of that is normally, uh, you know, uh, taken care of by Oxford. But if you look at the
Okay.
past few years of people who've received this particular award or scholarship from India, you would come
Mm.
across a set of people who have contributed very strongly to the society here in India. For example, there was a guy from Rajasthan who received it a couple of years back, and he planted more than 18,000 trees in the district of Churu. So
Okay.
it is a mammoth task, obviously, for a young child. And if you look at 2019, there was this fellow Shaurya Sinha. So Shaurya was, he could have got an Oxford award, but he got through Stanford at 100% scholarship. And if you look at his profile, he was awarded the Pradhan Mantri Bal Shakti Award because he started an organization with
Mm-hmm.
150 specially abled people.
Okay.
So it was a very noble thought. So this is some kind of an example as to what is required to crack to Oxford, kind of a university. In case you're looking at Cambridge, they are on the other hand looking at people who can raise awareness campaigns or people who have an opinion against or for a certain phenomenon in the society. Plus,
Okay.
they are technological barrier breakers, pathfinders kind of, uh, person. So
Hmm.
that is something that we need to prove to them that we have ultimately the material inside us, which can make us somebody as a great person in the society later on, and we can carry on the legacy of the university. Okay,
Hmm.
so that is what we try to build up. So when we are trying to build this up, what we do is we go through a mentorship process. So I can get you a mentor who can talk to the child every week and give the child certain tasks, like for example, figuring out a research paper, or probably doing a community-based project, or
Hmm.
certain other things. So step by step, making the child understand as to how to complete that entire task, and whatever problems the child faces, solving them out is the mentor's job. There
Hmm.
will be a second mentor in the team who will be providing day-to-day tasks. For example, there is a quiz coming up from IIT Kanpur or any other IIT or probably some other prestigious, yeah, which we think is good for the child. So we hand it over to the child, and it's up to the child to appear or not to appear.
Hmm.
There is an Olympiad that is coming up, or if there is an idea uh, raising contest that is coming up, or if there's a summer school that we want to apply for. So all of that is normally being taken care of by the second mentor. So
Okay.
that is how we work from here till say month of August next year. Now, month of October next year, your applications for UCAS or the UK universities will begin. And for Oxbridge, they will close down by say 15th of October. Okay. So we will have,
Okay.
yeah, we'll have to push through the applications at that point of time. And as UCAS allows us to apply to only 5 universities in UK. So beforehand, we will have to judge that those what are those 5 universities where we send our application. And out of Oxford and Cambridge, you are allowed to apply only to one, not to both.
Hmm.
So that decision has to
Okay.
be taken. So we will give you a research list of universities where we think that these are universities which are in the dream category, these are universities in the reach, or these are universities in the safe category where the child can apply, and you'll have to choose 5 out of that. The combination
Hmm.
key normally is one dream, two reach, and two safe. Otherwise, you may alter that key altogether.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So once you've decided, then we hand you over a set of required documents that you have to bring from the school, inclusive of the predicted scorecard, the letter of recommendation, class 10th scorecard, class 11th scorecard, plus the IELTS scorecard. So these are the bare
Hmm.
minimum requirements. Beyond that,
Okay.
all the extracurricular certificates that you have, or probably you have certain videos or photographs of his activities or achievements, those can also be put up in the UCAS application. So
Okay.
once we submit all of this, we are expected to get a conditional offer probably in between March 2024 to May 2024. And
Okay.
once we submit our final mark sheet of class 12 in May 2024, we get the final offer. After
Okay.
getting the final offer, we will guide you for the visa processing and the accommodation booking of the child. So that is the
Okay.
closure of the process. So we are with you from here till the end of the process where the child flies from India to the particular country. Okay. So
Okay.
that is in regards to UK. In Canada, my thought process is that you probably should apply to universities like University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, University of British Columbia, McMaster, McGill, these kind of universities. They do not have any
Okay.
bar in terms of the number of universities. Okay. And in fact, per university wise, you can apply to a couple of programs or more than that if they're related. Okay.
Okay.
In terms of documentation, Canada is not very heavy. All they require is class 10th and 11th mark sheet and a predicted mark sheet. They do not require an SOP in most of the cases. In some cases, they might require one letter of recommendation. Okay, so in
Okay.
UK, we require a personal statement, but in Canada, we may not require a personal statement or a statement. IELTS scorecard is common to both. The rest of the documents are common. So when you submit the applications for Canadian universities will begin in the month of September 2023 and will close down somewhere in the month of January 2024. We need
Okay.
to apply within this time frame, and both the countries are on rolling basis admission. That means applying on the first day and applying on the last day will result in the same kind of thing. There is no
Hmm.
difference as such. There is no priority circle. So once you submit the application, the same cycle follows as in UK. However, the
Hmm.
visa process in Canada for the last 1 year has been quite difficult. So we'll have to be very particular about it in terms of funds that we show to them. So that is one. And there are two processes in the visa process. One is called the Student Direct Services or SDS, and the other is the non-SDS. So every year, looking at the visa situation, we take up a strategy. So last year, we did all the SDS visas and we got through each one of them. Next year, we will look at the situation. We'll have a word with people around, and then probably we'll decide as to what is to be followed. Is it SDS or non-SDS? And we will update you regarding the same. So this is
Okay.
how it works.
So, from costing perspective, I mean, I know UK pound is obviously much more costly, and cost of living is also high. So, what is the kind of uh, a ballpark figure for both the countries?
Uh, till say last month when the pound was scaling at 95 rupees per pound, the cost of the cost of attendance, which means tuition plus living, for a
Hmm.
period of 3 years used to be around about 1.25 crores.
Okay.
Now it has scaled up to 100 rupees per pound. So you can assume that the cost will go up to 1.4, 1.5 crores for a period of 3 years. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the UK visa process is that they will give you 2 years of job search visa after a 3 year course. Some of the courses in UK might be for 4 years, inclusive of industrial training. Okay, so
Okay.
that is provided by the university. So those are extra beneficial programs actually. If you want to stay in UK for a longer time, or if you want to gain some experience in the UK, then
Hmm.
we should look at industrial training programs. On the other hand, when you look at Canada, your costing will be between say 1 crore to 1.5 crore for a period of 4 years.
Okay.
Now, the difference between the two countries is the living cost. The living cost in Canada is between 6 to 8 lakhs, whereas the living cost in UK is around about 12 to 14 lakhs per annum,
Hmm.
depending on which city you live. So that is how the costing is.
Okay. Okay. So, like just to kind of share, like Ishan has been on a project. They have that started an initiative called Tree Vengers, wherein they built a website. They have their Instagram page. They have a YouTube channel where they keep posting videos, informative videos, as well as quiz for people. And they also have organized a few tree plantation initiatives, encouraging people to plant a tree and share their picture, which they post on their website. So they have been doing it, I think, for more than a year now, and they're still
2 years they
yeah.
have been. They started in grade 9 and now he is in 11th. So this was an initiative taken by him only, and with two of his friends, the three people have done this, and they are being regular also in that. And this started in pandemic because they realized that need, that why this all is happening, because our Mother Earth needs healing. So
Hmm.
that was a thought behind that.
Yeah.
So
So
he's doing that project on his own.
yeah, and in addition to that, even though he's in commerce stream, he has been doing coding, through White Hat Junior program. He's kind of halfway through it, and probably be finishing it up sometime, within a year or so. He's building his, he's reached a stage where he is developing his app as well.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I think that probably will help him in building
And
the
Absolutely.
profile.
also,
Absolutely.
he has been like topper in grade 10. He got 98%,
I
like
Yeah.
actually
third
knows
topper.
that.
And it's he's in his sports basketball, sorry,
So
football, soccer team as well.
Hmm.
So I think this he has been
Yeah. So these are, hello.
real board.
he's the chief editor in the editorial board as well. In the
Hmm.
school editorial board, he's one of the chief editors. Like there are five people who have been given this post. So he is maintaining a balance between academics and all
Yes.
these
And
activities. Yeah.
practically, this is what we need when we look at an Oxbridge application. Primarily, when we're looking at an Oxford or a Cambridge, this is the kind of a profile that we require. The only few things that I would prescribe in this case is to strongly look at a couple of research papers to get published, probably a few internships which I can offer from top-notch companies, but they will be virtual. So you can do it from home. It will be self-paced. You can do an hour today, half an hour tomorrow. He might skip the day after tomorrow. And the day he completes his project, uploads it on the website, he'll get his e-certificate. Beyond that, I would request that probably if we can participate in some competitions beyond school, which are held by prestigious bodies across the world or probably prestigious institutions in India, that would be suffice. That would be enough
Like,
for him.
can you give like an example?
Okay,
Like,
for example, there is the Wharton Business School, Wharton Business Contest that is held by University of Pennsylvania every year, and it is the oldest business contest in the world. So for that, what he needs is that one is the deadline. Second, he needs an idea. Third, he needs couple of team members, and fourth, he needs a teacher from his school to become his mentor for this particular contest. Okay? So we will be updating him regarding the requirements and the process of application as and when the time arrives. Apart from that, there are several other competitions. For example, if you look at IIT Gandhinagar or say IIT Roorkee, these kind of institutions also come out with a lot of events and lot of contests for school children.
yes,
Plus,
yes. I'm also actually a teacher in school. So I'm
oh,
in the same
you
school,
know,
Heritage School, Rohini.
okay, okay,
So I know we get these invites from
right.
IIT.
Right.
Yes.
So we keep on getting these kind of invitations from several organizations across the world. And what we do is we sort them out according to the requirements of our students. So we look at our student profile as to what is beneficial and we provide those inputs to the student and we keep it as an open choice for everybody that, whether or not you want to participate. So that is how things work.
Okay. So for your services, like what are there any charges, and if yes,
Yeah, of
then
course.
what
Of course, there are
package?
charges. So we charge 1,05,000 rupees for a period of 2 years of servicing.
Okay. And that is till the, as you said, end of the finalization of the
Absolutely.
admission.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
1,05,000.
Till
Okay.
you get your visa done, till your application of your visa, sorry, till the application of your visa.
So will it be like let's say as for Ishan, we are considering both UK and Canada. So will that cover both, or is it for one country? How does
Sir,
that work?
the package consists of applications to 5 universities of your choice. Okay. So you
And
might pick a couple of universities in UK and 3 universities in Canada, or it might be either ways, or you might pick other countries also. So you might give me
Okay.
5 different universities from 5 different countries. I don't mind. But ultimately, the
Okay.
number has to be 5 universities.
Okay. And if the number goes beyond five, then
Okay, then per university, we charge 12,980 rupees.
and
twelve
what about
thousand nine hundred.
980?
980 rupees.
And what about the like preparation for IELTS and SAT
Okay,
and whatever exam is
okay.
needed in
Sir,
those universities?
ma'am, in both the countries, we do not require SAT. Now, for the IELTS part, let me tell you that, my department at Pratham is not dealing with any kind of coaching. Okay? We are a simple consulting firm. What we do for IELTS primarily is provide some online free material which the child will be going through in order to understand the test. A child like Ishan does not need coaching for IELTS. I mean, frankly, he is far better than that. Okay? So what he needs to understand is the format of the test and the way he should answer each one. So I have a person at place where the person can help him understand the format of the test and the requirements, and he can do a few practice mocks with us where we can give him his inputs, and he can work on it and go and take the test.
All right. Yes.
All right.
Any other thing that
No,
you...
I don't have anything at this
Sure.
point.
So what I'll do is I'll ask my colleague Anjali to connect with you and send you an email which will have the scope of our services written, because as of
Mm-hmm.
now, whatever I said was verbal. Secondly, the financial part and the bank details. Whenever you make up your mind and you decide to come back, and you can always, ask Anjali, and she will be able to take it further.
Sure, sure.
And also, please share the recordings of
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
session.
This recording will be coming with your email. No worries. In the next half an hour, you should be able to receive it. We will confirm after we send the email.
Sure. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Most welcome.
much.
Most welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a
Yeah.
Bye.
great
Take
time.
Take care.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.